let's get out of here. So I gotta get the arrowhead. So I'll save after I get the sword key. Because there's very little that can actually kill me in the first few bits, as long as I'm not an idiot. Oh, that's right, I can't reload because I don't have any ammo yet. The videotape doesn't take any room, so I can pick that up. The videotapes are new. I don't remember them from the original, so... That was super embarrassing. Super glad I invited people to watch. Now I'm singing a song. Taking some hinder. Don't want to come back in this room, so I'll just these up. So I have a lot more sympathy now for people on YouTube who do Let's Plays, because I have experienced firsthand now how incredibly difficult it is to pay attention to what you're doing and talk at the same time. Yeah, I should have sold the gel. You're absolutely right. Always sell the gel. Right. Cool. Don't need to go into the death trap room right now. Pick up the arrow. Yep. Do busy work. There we go. That's a ridiculously detailed description. Okay, anyway. I'm glad I can educate you in the ways of Resident Evil. It's honestly like when it's at its best, it's a nice combination between scary and tongue-in-cheekily cheesy, which is the most recent one that came out is Resident Evil Revelations 2, and I actually super recommend it. It's incredibly good. You can play it 2-player cooperative, and it's a fantastic co-op game where each character is different. One can use guns, and one has some other ability. So depending on which team you're doing, like there's one where one of them uses guns and the other one has a crowbar and a flashlight to blind enemies. Or there's a team where one of them uses guns and the other one has a sixth sense and can see enemies through walls and stuff. So it's nice because it's... You know, Ruth and I played, and I play a lot more action games and stuff, so I took the shooting role, and Ruth could be the, like, support character who hit things with crowbars a lot, and it worked out really well, and it's super fun. And if you do play the Resident Evil games, there's a lot of, like, fun little shout-outs to old lines and plot threads from other games, but, I mean, I can't say you don't need to know that anything about the series to play it, because I know a bunch about the series, so I can't tell you what it's like experience that when you don't know any of the lore. But it's really fun, just gameplay wise. It's a really enjoyable game. Okay, so I'm gonna do the arrowhead, get the key, and then I'm going to save my game because I'm not used to games where you have to manual save anymore. Which again, like, I know it's a tension building thing, but I will tell you up front that I really hate redoing shit when I die. I have really low patience for video games as much as I love them. I don't like redoing shit, which is why I don't really like roguelites and stuff like FTL, because like if you die, you basically lost everything. Try again. And I don't. I want to go back. Like, if I die, I want to lose maybe 30 seconds of progress or less. Or else I will start to get super annoyed. So, I love Resident Evil because it was... I don't even know why I love Resident Evil, really. But the manual save bullshit is straight up terrible for me. I really hate it. And so I forget to do it. And then I get squished by the ceiling. Yes, you're a book of curses. So there's basically see no evil, hear no evil masks that you put on those things, and then I don't know. It'll be an adventure we have together if we get that far in the stream. I think this is a good choice in outfit, Helen. While I do love her ridiculous shoulder pads, this looks a little more badass. This is her outfit from later games when she works for the BSAA, which is some sort of anti-bioterror organization, which is what happened. So STARS is the weird military force they work for right now, which is like a special police for the Raccoon City area. And at some point they get disbanded in one of those like Mission Impossible, the man doesn't know what's going on, your rogue agent turning your gun and badge sort of moments. So they get disbanded. The characters kind of get swept to the wind, and Jill and Chris end up joining the BSAA, which is like a global anti-bioterror organization. Oh, cool, they're colored for which difficulty they're on. So yeah, those other saves are from when I was trying normal until I got scared and stopped. Oh my god, saving takes a really long time in this. I'm used to games where it just sort of like stutters for half a second and then it's done. Alright, so because I speed ran this, we haven't done the map and gotten the knife in here. Which probably isn't even necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. I love the door opening thing. So that was very much a stylistic cover for loading screens in the original PlayStation 1 game. Because they had to load each room separately, and they wanted to do something cool while they did it, and it ratcheted up the tension. It's something they stuck with for like 4 games, I think. Resident Evil's 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica. And I'm glad they got rid of it, because it's loading between, it's annoying loading between parts of the game, but it is a cool little tension building technique, and it's especially neat in this one because they've made all the doors look really different. So it gives the house a little more personality. Right, let's go get the knife, and the guy's gonna chomp on her foot again. Can we skip this? We can't skip this. Oh, I fucked up. Well, that's what the defensive weapons do. It's gross, but it's also pretty badass. Oh, he didn't show my foot, so there you go. A video game acknowledgement that I love, that like games could be more realistic on, but aren't, is when you reload, you always just drop a clip and pop in a new clip, and technically you should lose all the bullets that were in the old clip. And that would be the worst, and I'm really glad they don't actually do that. Here's our knife. Here's our fake out not dog scare. Stuff jumping through windows is so iconically Resident Evil. It's something that you have to kind of expect whenever you look at windows in early Resident Evils. Eventually around Resident Evil 4 or so, they stopped doing it as much, and when they did it, it was more like a referential thing. Like, haha, we had a zombie come through a window, you knew it was going to happen. But in the first few games, it was like, oh my god, what's happening? This is so crazy. Oh, sorry, crazy is ableist. But yeah, So it's interesting. So Resident Evil 2 is the Resident Evil that I first really got into, even though it scared the shit out of me. Oh right, I can't do anything in this room yet. I played that when I was a teen, and it was for our PlayStation 1, and I played the shit out of it. I've beaten it probably at least a dozen times, probably more. Um, and the first time I played it, there's a moment, spoilers for Resident Evil 2, I guess, where it takes place on a police station, and there's one of those rooms with the one-way mirror. Oh, I can skip that. Wait. Oh, she starts in front of the toilet because she went to throw up. And you pick up an important item. You walk across the interrogation room, pick up an important item, and as you walk back through, something that you didn't see on the other side of the one-way window jumps through. Which, now that I've played a shit ton of survival horror, is like the most easily telegraphed, like, oh, I picked up something important right next to a window I can't see through. What's going to happen? But as a teen, I never fucking saw it coming the first time. And I was playing it with my sister in the room who had beaten the game before. And I paused the game and like sobbed and screamed, "Why didn't you tell me?" at her. Which was not a super mature reaction, probably. So again, I'm not actually sure how I liked the game so much, considering that I am awful at being scared. But I loved Resident Evil so much, Resident Evil 2 so much. And it had a neat thing where like there was a different disc for each of the two characters, and you would play through one person's scenario, then play through the other person's scenario. Okay, let me not die this time. And one or two little things that you could do in the first scenario could change the second scenario. There we go.
God.
I checked both doors.
What did I do now? Wesker! Barry!
So Chris
Help!
legitimately just dies here.
Jill,
if you do that.
you in there?
Barry?
Chris has
Get
no
me
out
of
here.
The door's jammed!
Stand back!
I want to point out that he was like aiming downward at that lock, and she's on the ground. And there's a very high risk that she could have gotten like a magnum bullet right through her right then. So here is a change to one of Barry's iconic, ridiculous uncle lines.
Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks.
I love that her
Barry,
reaction
didn't you
is
say
just,
you were going back to
the
the dining
fuck?
room to find other clues? I'm glad and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Anyway, we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
So why I
Thanks,
wasn't
Barry.
oh,
I owe
why
you
he
one.
didn't save me last
Don't
time is
mention
because
it.
there are two locked doors. The one I came in originally, and then the one to the shotgun room. And the first time I just checked the door to the hallway, but didn't check the door to the shotgun room. You're supposed to check both doors and see that they're both locked, and then Barry will save me. Because I didn't check to see that they were both locked because I played before. He didn't come save me. Also, yeah, so his original line is, "Whoa, you were almost a Jill sandwich," which is just the most, like, dad humor line. And I'm really sad that they changed it. It still doesn't make any sense, honestly, the way he says it now. So they changed the iconic line and didn't actually, like, make it any more realistic, because no one would say something that tone deaf right after someone almost died. I do super love that, so the makers of these games know that the original script is hilariously bad. Hey! Hi. I've got my... The right way to deal with him is probably when he falls over. I should use my knife instead, but... There's someone up there. Yeah, he does... Barry's voice in the original is just 100% cheeseball. It's amazing. It's a fantastic shout out to the Jill sandwich line in Resident Evil Revelations 2, where Claire is hanging out with Moira, and Moira is Barry's daughter. and Claire almost gets killed in a squishy trap.